level was too high. My fault. Cause I had switched the channels. But yeah. There we go. All right, banter. Banter comes from Twitter today. Someone started a question of top 5 theme songs of all time. And that's a personal list, right? So I want to bring it to like, what do you think is the top 3 most recognizable theme songs?
Oh, so not personal.
Yeah.
Not personal.
Not personal. Recognizable.
Full House.
That's a good one.
Fresh Prince.
That's a good one. Three's Companies keeps popping in my head. Come and knock on my door.
Yeah, that keeps popping in my head.
We'll be waiting for.
But I definitely think it's like all about generations. Cause I think about now, like of course, like Hey Arnold. I think about Doug.
No, that's the Doug one you think of. Think of do 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 do. But that just became the entire theme song.
Oh, but either way, do you see how they both were recognizable?
But that's because I knew it. But I'm saying that's the one you think about, though.
Yeah, that's the first one.
That's right.
There's so many Family Matters.
Family Matters.
Yeah.
Shout out to Laura Winslow.
Yes. The Jeffersons.
Yo, that's a good one.
Yeah,
I didn't think of that one.
There's so many. So I can't just.
That's pretty good. Yo, I didn't think about the Jeffersons.
Like I have Martin.
I think Martin's only to the black folk. I don't think white folk know it.
I think it's on HBO.
Yeah.
Access.
It didn't have words.
It did, Martin. Lawrence.
That's fair.
Yeah. And then they had little ad-libs in between.
That's true. Mm-hmm. Oh, damn.
Mm-hmm. See?
I'm black, though.
I don't think that matters.
I think
more than ever. Friends.
Now, I think Friends is number 1 because of them damn claps. Even if you don't know the words, as soon as them claps on, everybody doing them claps.
Okay.
I agree with you on Fresh Prince. I think that just crossed over everyone, even at the height of racism, white people loved them some Fresh Prince.
Okay.
I think 3 is though Golden Girls.
That's actually one of my favorite songs of all time.
Oh, it's the best. It's one of the best songs.
Actually, morbid moment. Can I do it? When I die, if I die. That's the song that I want to be sung at my wake and my funeral. If it's the same day, cool. But I want y'all to sing it on both days.
I'm starting it up.
Yes. Yeah, I really want to do the gospel version too.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, I love that song.
It's a good song. But you made me think about the Jeffersons because that's a really good one.
Yeah.
That was a big crossover too. Huh. Dang. So is this I guess it's a toss up for those two. Full House is just a part of my personal favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, Family Matters for sure. Shout out to Laura Winslow.
There's so many. There's just you hear it and you're just like, I just feel like they were so much better before.
Oh, theme songs now is trash. It's usually one chord and it's only for 10 seconds.
And then it's and for the most part they try to give you visuals, so they try to focus more on the visuals.
Yeah, absolutely.
But go ahead.
Somebody said Power.
Okay.
And I was like,
yeah,
that's fair.
Yeah. That's one of the iconic songs.
Live in a big rich town. That's good.
Yeah.
I was actually I had no argument toward it because I was like first I was like you too young, but then I thought about it.
It's good now, but that's now.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
But there's so many timeless theme songs. Like
I said noticeable, honorable mention, Law and Order SVU.
oh yeah, dun, 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 dun. But don't they all sound the same? Don't they? Don't.
Yeah, it's a variation of it. One got a little bit more guitars than the other.
You're right. That was good. That was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you for being a friend.
Driving down the road and back again.
Cause we started from the bottom, now we're here now.
Your heart is true.
Ooh,
You're
oh.
a pal and a confidant.
Ooh, oh, oh.
And if you threw a party,
And if you threw
invited everyone you
do,
knew,
do, do, do,
you would be the biggest present for me. And the card attached would say, thank you for being a friend.
Yeah, he was hitting some notes that I don't think I could ever do in my lifetime. Pause. He was killing it though.
Yeah.
He was definitely killing it.
Yeah, that's what I want. So, noted. You know that.
Okay.
Well, I'm just saying that you have either underestimated the thought process of this woman.
You don't think I prepared?
This is too much.
It's every week, bro.
I'm ready.
The gist of this conversation is that I'm right and y'all wrong.
Gigi.
I wasn't going to stop until I found it. Welcome to Convo 135 of Just a Conversation with Greg and Gigi. I am the person that talks first. And I'm joined here by my lovely sister.
Gigi.
On this fine day, Gigi, how art thou doing?
I'm better than I was. I last week kicked my ass.
Shout out to Mike Tyson.
Yeah, like it kicked my ass, and right now I'm just in a space where I'm just trying to recoup from last week kicking my ass. I wish I had more for y'all, but I do feel better than I did because I'm not. I know better now.
She's stronger.
But I also feel like it's just like there was like a lot of things that was happening to me that I couldn't control, and maybe if I did, I still felt like I couldn't control it. So it was just driving me crazy. I felt overwhelmed. I felt like I was about to explode, and at one point, I felt like I did explode. But I reset, I renewed, I recycled, and now we back. And like I said, like I'm not great, but I'm definitely better than I was. Cause, whew. But shout out to everybody that's just been sticking with us because I know that everybody has their days. So, is there anything else specific that may have happened to me? Nah, I'm just going in a new season of my life, and I'm just trying to see where it is. If it's giving me fall, is it giving me summer, is it giving me greatness? But outside of that, how are you, Greg?
I'm chilling. I'm vibing, feeling great, feeling good. Every week brings new challenges, and you either give into them or you say fuck them shits. And I've been choosing to say fuck them shits.
Yeah, I respect that, but sometimes it be saying fuck you, and it's easy to say fuck you back, but you know how like you get into a fight and y'all both walk away and you realize that you probably could have hurt them more than they hurt you, but you still in pain.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is. Like fuck it, but ouch.
No, I definitely can understand that, and I don't think I have any delusions about what's happening. It's just, yeah, it's just been a matter of choosing not to give those things power. Like they'll pass.
Yeah, absolutely. But and you know what, Greg? I'm with you all the way. However, I just think that like when you in the moment, this too shall pass, but you are still in that moment, right? Like,
Facts.
granted, don't harbor on the moment. That's why I'm trying to be better than I was last week. But shit.
My motto is always confront it, well, recognize it, confront it, move past it.
Yes.
In your time. I just move faster than others.
Or you just compartmentalize like a mother.
Tomatoes, tomato.
No, because compartmentalizing doesn't always mean healing. Just means that you've understood that you're moving past it and you just no longer let it to affect you. But I don't think you've healed from it.
I don't think anybody heals from
Heals
anything.
from anything. Yeah, I forgot that's so at this point, everybody just becomes more damaged. Like they just become depreciated. If they were a car, like they just become.
Doesn't mean you don't have value to yourself.
Okay.
Ah.
Okay. You got it, dude.
Topics?
Yeah.
TOPICKS.
Why did you put a K in there?
I meant to say C. Oh, but then I said K. Shit. I'm taking that shit out.
I'm not. You gotta leave that because you spelled it. You was singing it and everything. You look so confident.
Here you go. You got to tell me for the show. I would definitely spell that shit out. Just
I don't even know what you spelled. Topics.
I put TOPICKS.
Topics. I don't know.
Yo,
Yeah,
the English language is dumb.
Topics. Topics. Yeah.
TOPICKS. Yo.
And you sang it too. I feel like you had a little emotion. Anyways,
You. Hold on.
oh, I let you choose. It's okay.
I can't believe.
Have you ever been in an argument and realized you were wrong in the end?
No. I'm fucking with you. Of course I have.
I was like, you want to brought this topic. I was like, and you smiled. You didn't even go into it, which I understood that. Like, okay. Yeah, right.
Absolutely. I've definitely gone into arguments where I've been wrong. I'm curious to hear
But you
your
go
answer.
into it feeling like you're right? Like that's how I
Oh,
feel.
yeah, you go into every argument
like,
feel like
at
you're
this
right.
point, cause no, sometimes you just argue just want to argue.
No.
Yes, that is a fact. That is on record. That is on.
No, I like to argue, but I'm arguing because I feel like I'm right.
No, sometimes you like to argue just to argue because you can understand the sentiment.
Unless there's no real like conclusion to the argument. Yes, I can openly admit that sometimes I will just engage because it's fucking hilarious. But that's not me going in saying that I'm wrong. I always think I'm right.
Okay, sure. Let's progress. Okay, so, but you do recognize that you have went into an argument believing that you're right, because that's how I would go into argument. I'm only going to go into argument if I believe that I was right. Mm-hmm. For at least I have to be. What is your percentage of
100%?
Right? You think so? So if you are 95%, you will not be right.
I don't work that way, yo. It's either I'm 100% right or I'm not.
No, but okay. So if
and the person proved me that I was wrong, so it went down to 0%.
0%, but I'm saying like even if you had like I'll give you, if you went into it with 85%, what is your response?
So okay, let me clarify. Okay, because I understand what you're trying to ask.
Okay.
No, it's to me that's not having all the information. I would never argue stuff if I don't have all the facts. That's just not, because that just you're going in unequipped or ill-equipped.
I understand that, but you feel like you are equipped enough with the same. You're arguing with someone with the same type of knowledge that you have. So no one has more than the other, right? So if you at this point disagree with them at least 85%, are you still arguing that sentiment or accepting their views?
I was about to say yes and no.
Okay.
Nah, no. It's just straight up no. No.
So you gave up. At 85%, you're going to be like,
Yeah, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
But you don't know if you're wrong. You have a chance to be right, but in this situation, there's 85%.
To clarify, right?
There's not an 85% chance that you're wrong. There's a 15% chance that you're wrong.
No, I'm not arguing. It's either 100% that I'm wrong or 100% I'm right. That's just how my mind works. It's like it's either it's 100% because I have all of the information, or I feel like I have all the information.
Okay.
Right. I'm not going into an argument not feeling like I have every scrummage of detail that I need to have, because I can't. In an argument, you can't. You don't expect curveballs. So if somebody's able to throw a curveball, that's because you didn't have all the information. And if I ever felt like I didn't have all the information, I'm not arguing a point.
But you've already started the argument, and that's how you found out.
I'm not going into the argument not at 100%.
Got it. Okay. But you have been into an argument.
Well, I went in as 100% and came out 0. Absolutely.
Okay. I've gone into it 85% and came back with 15. Yeah.
You went in with 85.
Yeah, and came back with 15.
Like the 15% of information that you was missing?
Like, I know. Like, I was right in my feelings, but 85% wrong. Yeah. So they're in those instances when I've gotten to the argument. Could you tell us the
scenario?
No.
Okay.
But I can give you a scenario.
Okay.
So okay, you are at your significant other's house, and you they happen not to be home, but you're waiting for them to come home because they trust you enough to be in their house. And you just see that the table's kind of like, it's a little cluttered, so you just want to clean stuff off, and you find a receipt to a restaurant, and it looks a little expensive, and you're just like, and this restaurant is a nice restaurant at that. Like, it's not like one of those, like, it's not like a fast food restaurant. You're just like, wait a minute. Who's going eating fancy? And I'm not eating fancy. I didn't go here yet with you. Like, how are you here? And you look at the date and you're like, this was about a week ago. Like, what was I doing a week ago that you could have taken me? Things like that. Like, right? So, are you laughing? Why?
Because I know the situation. We can bleep that out. No, keep going.
Cause you just be doing too much, Greg.
What I do? We edit for a reason.
I'm keeping it in there. It doesn't matter at this point. And then at this point, like, I'm kind of like, what is happening? Now you don't. Well, I don't know how you're going to respond. And then since if I was going to respond, I'd have been like, I will not overreact. I no longer overreact anymore because I take into consideration that sometimes what I believe or what I feel may not be what it is, because I initially go into the deep end. Like, I jump. I'm with the fishes. Like, if you put me in the ocean, you got to go find me with Nemo and them and the Little Mermaid. But I've also taken into account that everyone has their truth, and I can decide to take their truth, but I have to give them the opportunity to do that, right? So you go into it, half-cocked, like, what's up? Now, this is not an argument to me, but this is more of, I've gotten a lot of information at this point. It's not something that you know about. This is something that you kind of fall into. You weren't looking for it. And at this point in time, you understood that you probably weren't around at this time. But again, your significant other hasn't even told you that they went anywhere, did anything, or anything like that. You now have a conversation.
Yeah, I'm starting with questions. I don't have any conclusions yet.
Okay.
Like, that's not having all the information.
Okay.
So I'm not going in with any expectation. Just going to have a conversation. And then once I get more information, decide which way to fall.
Understood.
Yeah.
Okay. So I probably had a little fire in my spirit, but I definitely asked questions, but in a way where I felt like I knew answers, but I didn't know the answers, and that's why I asked the questions. I didn't want to build on my assumptions. I didn't want to start making my own answers. I needed the individual to provide those answers to me, whatever. And so, but I got my answer, and the answer
How did it make you feel coming out of it?
is like a dumbass, but but at the same time, I felt like I kind of felt like
the root word and assumption, people.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like you have this open line of communication with your significant other, and you kind of just assume that if it's not a big deal, then why don't I know? It's not like it's going to change anything. So if I have to find out on a space where you've already given me access to your space, and now I'm falling into these things, like I feel like I'm able to ask these questions now. Like if that wasn't the case, the receipt would have been thrown away. Or
yeah, the problem was that you asked the question.
You said the problem?
It wasn't that you asked the question. The problem is the reason why you asked the question.
Yeah. Because I thought.
As long as you will recognize that.
Because I thought he would have been outside. Yeah, but he was, but not for the reasons that I assumed. But it was easy to feel that way only because it was something that I didn't know. And I felt like that was something as simple for me to know, and I didn't know. But I went into it like half cocked, like, what's up? What are we doing? Don't be trying to play me. And then I was like, oh, okay. I'm sorry. My bad. You want some? Do you need lunch? Do you want me to bring you some lunch?
She said, do you need lunch?
I'm so sorry. But I usually go into, and that was a situation where I didn't have all the details, but I've already kind of put it in a storyline already.
Yeah.
But I did kind of said self, don't react as Gigi in the early 2000s.
Yeah, and that's what for me, like, even when that's how I look at most arguments, right? Or that's how most arguments start. Is because one person thinks they have all of the details. One party has to be confident in themselves to have the details to even engage in the argument. And for me, if I'm going into an argument, it's because I feel I got it all. Like, I got it all.
Okay.
And it's either I'm all the way right or I'm all the way wrong.
Got it. No, sometimes I can still be right, even if I'm wrong. Because the idea wasn't what he did and
Where's that
where he
from?
went with.
Even when I was
Get rich or die trying.
Yes.
Yeah. I stand by that. Yeah. Even if I was wrong, I was right.
Please make that make sense to me.
In that scenario?
In any scenario.
Because
even when I'm wrong, I'm right.
yes, I could have been right.
So if you say 2 + 2 = 5,
no,
it will never equal 5.
No. Well, if you put an equation in there.
No, 2 + 2 will never equal 5.
Okay.
So no, you can't be right.
But that's not
if you answered 5.
But that's not the scenario that we're playing into.
No, not in this scenario. But
Yeah.
I'm saying that to me, that statement just doesn't make sense.
I think it does. I think that there are scenarios where I was wrong, but I could have been right. I just happened to be wrong. But that doesn't make it that I wasn't right.
You know, when you say could have, I understood why that quote came out the way it did now.
Yes, because think about the idea, like, okay, in the scenario, it wasn't about the
Because you
fact,
could have been.
Yeah, I could have been right. But the thing is that I wasn't, but I was right about the idea that you didn't communicate to me. So there was still something wrong.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Because the could when you say could have been,
Yeah.
he could have been wrong too.
Yeah.
It sounds like that's just the only thing you can say because you knew you was wrong.
Yes.
Oh God, I never understood that was.
So when you
it's not a
watched
statement.
that, you didn't understand that. Like,
no,
he
I
was
didn't.
Wrong, but he explained to him. He was like,
he didn't have a comeback. That was his only comeback.
And no one said anything. They accepted it. And
Wow. For the longest, I thought people just thought that was some really deep and profound statement. No, that shit don't make no sense. But is no comeback for it.
Because you could have been right.
Yeah, and you could have been wrong in what you were.
Okay, but it doesn't take away from the statement.
It does take away from the statement because you was wrong.
But I still could have been right.
You know what? You sure could have.
That's it.
That's the
period.
Dumbest.
Period.
I officially hate that quote.
Yeah, and there's like, have you ever
Let's join in my
Have you ever gone into an argument? Oh, what were you gonna say?
I'm gonna say let's join in my list of quotes that I hate.
Okay. Have you ever gotten into an argument and you realized that this was an argument that you wanted to get into once you started?
I felt that way about the person I was arguing with.
Yeah, that happened to me. I got to a place where I was ready. I was armed and I was ready. And then I was in the battle and I was like, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. And even if it got to the point where I didn't care who was right. I just didn't want to argue anymore. I just wanted to stop. I actually wanted to just rewind the time.
Was it because of the topic or was it the person? Because usually for me it's the person.
I think it's definitely the person, but I think it can be combined of the two. Because I think the person, and depending on the topic, can make it even worse. But I think it could be the person and what the topic is, and that's why it's like this.
I'll give you a good example. Well, for me, it's always the person. It's never usually the topic.
Okay.
So let's say we arguing about sports, right? I could argue Will down like it's nobody's business because he knows sports to some level, even though he knows sports on some level, right? And then if someone who doesn't watch sports try to argue with me, and like I'm ready for the topic, like who's better, Tom Brady or Peyton Manning? I'm ready to argue it down. But then when you get into it, and you realize that this person knows absolutely nothing. I'm like, oh, I don't want to be here anymore.
Because now they're just talking in circles about the 3 facts that they know.
Absolutely. Understood. Like that person.
Yeah.
So that's why for me it's usually the person, not the topic.
Yeah, because then you realize, so, but I still think it's both, because then there's a conversation that you can have with him that he would have some ammo to talk about.
Yeah, sure, at some point.
So I think that's why I'm like combined the two, but I definitely understand that it could be the person.
Two different situations. That would be 2 different situations, because if it's a different topic, I could probably argue. I could probably have the argument. So it could
be the topic or the person.
No, it's definitely the person. It got to be the person. It can't be the topic, because you wouldn't go into an argument that you don't want to argue. You wouldn't want to discuss it.
But that's not, the topic is you're getting into an argument that you realize that once you're in it, that you shouldn't be in there. So you don't know that. Excuse me. You don't know that until you get into it.
That's about the person, not the topic, though. Because you know the topic.
Okay, understood. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, there's moments where I just have to like retreat. I'm like, I don't even want to do this anymore. And sometimes I'm very adamant, like especially if I feel like I'm right. Like I'll never talk to you again if it gets to that point. However, it's sometimes to the point where I'm just like, is it really to the point where I don't want to talk to you again? I don't know. I think that we're going too far, and now I feel like if I don't stop this train, I'm not coming back. And sometimes I just gotta reel it in and let it go. I don't know. I don't care for arguing. I do welcome disagreements, compromising, adjusting, and being able to hear your partner or friends or family members sometimes when they want to speak. But arguing sometimes it loses its. Although I think sometimes it's healthy because you get to learn more about an individual because they kind of like let you know now what they need. However, if it gets to the point where I need to argue with you, that means someone is not listening. And that's my concern, is that we get to the point where we have to go back and forth and get belligerent with each other, becomes to a place where like, are we really listening to each other? And if we are listening, are we proactively choosing not to do what we're asking each other to do?
Facts.
And so I think that's the issue with there, and letting people borrow money that you know they'll never pay you back, and then expecting that they're gonna give you the money, and then you realize that now you lost a friend because you knew that they was gonna get. There's a lot of things to play into that too.
Agreed.
You ready for your topic?
Let's do it.
Okay.
All right. Have you ever been in a situation where your friend's energy was negative or just not pleasant to be around? What did you do?
I did a few things.
Okay.
Um, First thing I did was I like to ask questions. Not always because someone is always going to divulge what's actually going on, but I can definitely read where they're at, their energy, and how I need to process it or how I need to respond to them. Sometimes people just need you to remove you from their space without telling you that. Sometimes emotional intelligence will tell you that I just need to be alone without you actually saying the words. And then other times people really tell you that I just need your presence to be here. I might not be able to speak to you, but your presence is filling me in this moment where I feel drained. Mm-hmm. So those are the two. And then the third, I'm leaving. Sometimes, especially when people are in, like, you want to be the strong friend from them, but you're also going through your own stuff, that they become so draining that you have to remove yourself from their space because you need to be better for them, for if you really need to be there, because they have to have other people. If they don't, well, I definitely understand the aspect of trying to be around, but I think sometimes it's really about self-care, because if you're drained and your person that you're trying to take care of is drained, like, who's really taking care of who? Like, now we got two people that are drained trying to take care of each other, and that's a detriment to both people. And sometimes I think taking a moment from those people that are in dark spaces, it's not that you don't care, it's not that you don't want to be there for them, but sometimes it's just it's a different feeling when you're around positivity. It's different when you're around people that want to be great and don't want to be sad or miserable all the time. It gives you energy. It gives you more energy than you think that you do, because we run on energy, whether it's the food that we eat, whether it's how we dealing with our day to day, when we're going to work, how we're interacting with people, but it's also what's being fed into us. So that's how I feel about that. What about you, Greg?
So I do the same thing all the time because I don't have a lot of friends.
Greg got more friends than me.
I do not. Maybe I'm not going to even discount that. But yeah, like when I call you a friend, not you calling me a friend, but if I call you a friend,
Yeah.
it's I'm not going to just like leave you, but you got slots now. Like I have to
Yeah, you have to. It's like
prepare for you.
Energy saver. It's like you got this little slot where you got, like, about this amount of my time, because that's the only time I'm able to exert whatever energy you need to drain from me. Which is not, and I know it sounds like bad when I say drain from me, but sometimes
No, it
people
is.
need other people's energy to kind of get back to where they are. Sometimes people need that momentum of that spirit, that aura around them to help them kind of get back to it, and sometimes that becomes draining for the person that's around them.
Absolutely, 1,000%. That's why you gotta get those time to recharge your battery. So, yeah, I just I don't cut people off. Like I'm not gonna say, oh, your energy is bad, so I'm gonna run away from you. It's just now you have your time.
Is that what's happening with us? Do I have bad energy?
Right?
Okay. Well, I'm just saying, because I haven't really talked to you. I keep trying to tell you that.
Okay.
Oh no, you football. You remember lasagna football? You're right. I need a moment.
Yeah. So reverse it. You in a bad space. What do you do to your friends?
When I'm in a bad space?
When you're
I'm the worst person to be in a bad space. I don't talk to nobody. My phone is on silent.
So you saying you actively try to remove yourself?
I actively remove myself. I don't, which I feel like is not good to me, because I feel like if people know that I'm hurting or I'm in pain or I need support or something like that, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I just need to retreat, reset, recharge, and I'll be back. Sometimes I feel drained by being around people. However, when I am not in a good space, I am selfless, where I don't want to put that burden on nobody, or I try not to do that. There are people that I do reach out to that I feel like I can do that to, but for the most part, I kind of retreat. I kind of stay to myself. I become like this nomad. You don't hear from me. I'm really just trying to figure it out and just trying to feng shui my center again. And then I'll be back like I never left. That's how I feel. Like I'll be back and people are like, oh, all right, you back, and I'm like, yeah, we good. But if you didn't want to see me in that space, or you wouldn't be able to talk to me because I wasn't in a space where I wanted to talk. Like I wasn't in a space where I wanted to be social, and that's my energy. That's the type of person that I give off. I give off that I want to talk, I want to love on you, I would just want you to be great all the time. But sometimes I don't have that to give, and sometimes I just need to like hibernate, and then I'll be back.
Yeah, I think that's what I want to do, but I never can.
I think
No. Don't do it.
okay. I just think
I can't.
that Greg, I think you, and I know that I have spoiled parts of my life. I get that. I understand that more than ever as I'm getting older. That I've been a little spoiled in my life. I feel like I work hard. I had to do a lot of things to get to where I got to, but I'm spoiled. However, Greg, I think that in that moment, that's a choice. It's because of how you feel and how you may affect others, and that is something I think that's preventing you from feeling like you never could do that. Because, Greg, like, you are human. You can.
No, you miss. Yeah, that's what I thought you was about to say, and that's not what I was going with.
So why didn't you just? Okay,
you
go ahead,
interrupted me.
Go ahead, Greg. Tell me.
Like I said, I wish I could retreat, but because of the person that I am, it's like no matter what I'm going through, I believe in routine, so I continue to do the things that I normally do. But what I do when I am like having moments of like, this is something's fucking with me, I will be open and honest in the situations that I'm in. Yo, I'm not good right now. Do with that what you want. I'm going to still be here to do what I need to do, whether that's work or I don't know, we're at the pod and I'm like, yo, I'm not good. You can stay here if you want, but just know I'm not good. Like I feel like I've gotten to a point where I can't control your actions at that point.
You're right. I just want to say that, Greg, and I'm sorry to cut you off. I haven't heard you say that, and I'm not even trying to play you up, but you lately, if I mean you keep telling me that you're okay and that you cool and you chilling. So I haven't, outside of maybe a moment or two where I can say like, yes, you have been vocal, or if you haven't been vocal, I've just been your friend and know to read you. But I can say just being around you, you haven't. You may have been just more quiet than usual, but I haven't heard you tell me I'm not good. I need a moment. Like you just tell me that you good, and you just don't feel like.
No, what I usually say is there's something going on, and that's it.
To me?
Yes, I've said that to you many times.
Okay. I'll accept that answer. I'm not gonna fight it. I'm gonna say I do. I just sometimes I keep asking you sometimes questions about things, and I'm like, Greg, are you sure you're okay? And you're just telling me that you're fine. And although the emotional intelligence that I'm reading from your energy or what?
No, you believe you can read my emotions.
Okay.
See, that's one of those things where you go in and thinking, or 85%.
Because
most of the time I am good. Like
okay.
I am naturally
Greg,
good.
like I said, and so what I'm saying to you is, if I ever feel that way, I don't assume. I ask you questions. You give me answers. Only thing I could do is accept it. The only thing is that
you don't accept them though.
You're not hearing what I'm saying. I haven't heard you from, even if I'm feeling that you're not okay, I haven't heard you say that to me. I have you've just been telling me that you just want to be quiet. You haven't told me in a while that you're not.
Oh, because I've been great.
Okay. He's been great.
I have been.
Yes, he has. I like it.
Okay, weirdo.
Maybe he just doesn't like me.
Why do people make things about themselves?
Why does Gigi make things about herself on a pod that she has with Greg?
Sure. If that's where you want to take it, be my guest.
Well, you want to rehash anything on your topic?
No, we both, well, yeah, no, it's fine.
What was your topic?
Negative energy. Friends got negative energy. What do you do? And then what do you do when you have negative energy? You answer both questions.
Yeah. And the question that I had towards that before we go is, what if they have negative, like, because there's a difference between having just negative energy where you're just not in a good space and people could just feel like you're just not in a good space, but then there's another way where someone is actually having negative energy towards you.
I confront them. If you my friend, I'm confronting you. If you're not my friend, I'll probably be like, all right, cool, be great. Unless it's something really detrimental toward me.
Do you take into account that they may be going through something and they are just projecting or responding to you because you're one of those people that are closest to them?
For my friends, yes. You got to have that kind of emotional intelligence to know. Like, this is clearly not about me, but I'm going to be the punching bag here.
Understood. I respect that. I don't think about that initially at first, which I used to. And maybe that's just the space that I'm in. I'll be like, they go, what? And then I have to take a moment and be like, oh, okay. What you're telling me is not really about me. It's really about you and where you're at. And you're just you found a space in me that because you fuck with me, that now you want to be able
that sound bad. Wow.
To kind of make yourself feel better for the moment. And if that helps you, then okay. But then if that becomes repetitive, then you become negative. And now I don't want to play parts in any of whatever you need to do to be great. Do that with somebody else. Go kick rocks. Go find those rocks you kicked and then kick them shits again. But that's all I have.
Yeah. The repetitive part is I try not to. Yeah, I don't let it get to a repetition kind of thing. And like I said, this is only with my friends, right? If some gotta watch my words here. For a normal person who tries to do that to me.
Normal person. I don't even know what that means. I feel like people are normal in general, Greg. You need
to
be more specific.
Nope, they're not. No, you're not normal.
For the civilian people
you normal?
Out there, I'm your friend though.
You normal.
I'm your friend though.
So you're not normal.
Yes, I am normal.
No, you're not.
But I'm your friend though. I'm like.
But you're not normal.
I'm a fucking superhero.
Okay, for the normal people, you try to use me as a punching bag. I might punch back.
Got it.
But for friends,
you might just jab
because I'm not caring. I'm not caring about your problems.
He's jabbing it. What?
I'm not. For a normal person, I'm not caring about their problems.
I thought you were talking about friends.
Oh no, for my friends, it's like, okay, you would not normally say this. So why are you saying this? This isn't about me.
Got it.
But to the normal person, fuck you, Buster.
Got it. I hear you. Okay.
She said I'm not normal. Ready?
Yeah. I think so. I don't know what I'm gonna have yet.
Hold up. Hey, for my niggas who think we saw, we don't play. I'm
screaming.
We gonna rock into the next episode. Hey. Rest in peace, Nate Dogg. All right, welcome to the end of the show. If you have made it, this part of the show is called Do Dialogue, where we talk about something that we found interesting this week, or just some affirmation, or just something to leave you guys with as we end this beautiful conversation.
I don't got nothing yet, Greg. Go ahead.
Okay, so I'm all about these affirmations, people. Check this out. Your sin is no greater than the next person's sin. And you shouldn't treat their sin any bigger than what you would do for yourself. We all fuck up. You could be upset. That's cool. But don't act like you've never fucked up either. That's all I got.
Can I say just some little tag for that?
Sure.
What happens to the people that, sorry y'all, what happens to the people that deliberately fuck up?
You've never deliberately fucked up?
Serial killers?
Wait. Wait. I was not expecting that. Wait, time
There's a
out.
lot of true crime. I'm sorry. That's where I'm at.
That does not apply to you crazy motherfuckers out there. Serial killers, pedophiles, rape. Nah, y'all niggas are scum. Nah.
I'm screaming.
I'm thinking, oh God.
I'm sorry, Greg. I'm sorry.
I'm thinking about.
I've just been in this place. I've just listened to a lot of true crime. That's
Yo,
where I'm at.
I was talking about in regards to your friends.
Yeah.
The people you love and care about. Oh gosh, yo, that was good, yo. I was not expecting that. That was funny.
Sorry, y'all. Hope that was gonna help me.
Hold your breath for 1 minute. Ready, go. You got it, Gigi. You got it. You got it. You got it. How long you can hold your breath? How long can you hold her breath? How long can you hold her breath? How long can you hold your breath? I could make a hit. You good? It's been a minute. There you go.
I seem fine.
Hiccup.
No, so far so good. My new dialogue is shout out just to this new season that's coming in for everybody. We're in the fourth quarter. I think we're approaching fourth quarter right now.
It's this fourth quarter.
So a lot of things are being resolved, things are being started, things are being created, and I just want to say, like, just walk in your purpose. I feel like I had more things. I was even considering, like, letting you know, like, some books that I'm going to start reading. But I'm going to start reading them first before I bring that up. I think that would be smarter because it sounds good if I'm actually reading them and telling you the books that I want to read.
You about the LeBron James, y'all?
I'm screaming. And that's all I got. I don't... my pod fam and I actually was on Spaces recently, which I haven't been on Spaces since Twitter became X, and we had like a court case for our group chat because Shan from She Gets It Pod put some things in our chat that the other individuals such as Everything Culture and Bailerism and Greg, not this Greg, but the other Greg, from Loudmouth Stereo did not enjoy, and they felt like at this point she's had too many issues where she's put things in the chat that they were not comfortable with, and they wanted to take her to court. I was her lawyer, and I believe that everyone understands at this point who Shan is, understands her demeanor, understands how she's perceived and how she is out to the masses, and that's just who she is. So who are we to tell her not to be who she is? So I'm for it. You know, maybe something you don't click on, but sometimes you can't help it. It's different. Like, you know how on X you can actually decide if you want to automatically see the images, or you have to click in to see the images. Yeah, in the chat you're going to see the images. But just scroll through if you don't enjoy it. I love Shan just the way she is. I don't want to change that. But that's all I have. I don't have anything else. Yeah. We good?
Mm-hmm.
All right, y'all. Thank you so much for making it this far in this episode. I've had a good time. Hope you had a good time. We talked about a lot of things. I've experienced some things. I'm trying to tell y'all this week that when I do have my pod one day, which I feel like I've been talking about this for like whatever, I'm going to tell y'all what really happened to me. I'm not going to really share it here because I feel like it'll be too much. Greg will probably not be okay and not care at the same time. But that last week can suck a dick. But with that being said, Greg, you want to let them know how they can find you and how they can find us?
Sure. Follow me on X and Instagram at Greg Nelson26. And follow the pod at JustAConvo_pod on X and Instagram and on TikTok. And listen to the pod on Apple, on Spotify, on Amazon, or Acast, or wherever you decide to listen to your podcast. And watch the visuals on YouTube.
On YouTube. Thank you, Greg. And my amazing individuals, you can find me on X, formerly known as Twitter, at GCarly7, and that's GQARLY and the number 7. And if you forgot today, if someone didn't tell you today, if you listen to Greg figure out how to spell topics today and realize that this nigga is a smart individual but can't spell, Greg and I still want you to be GREAT. And that is great.
Gigi.